Ranking superheroes according to strength and power generated. The strength of a human being on the human strength comparison scale is 1. A value of 1 is the ability to lift one's own body weight overhead. Doc Savage was the first superhero, but he was just before the preternatural powers like the DC and Marvel characters. Doc came before comics and made his entrance in pulp magazines and novels starting in 1933. Batman followed in comic books in 1939. Both their abilities come from training, and both are geniuses, inventors, and they're highly educated. The idea of the augments from Star Trek probably came from Doc Savage, including a genius IQ and 5 times normal human strength. Doc Savage and Batman each have a human strength comparison of 5. Wonder Woman was the daughter of Hippolyta, the Amazonian queen. Hippolyta herself was an interesting character. She was not only the queen, but she was also the royal food taster. Theseus came along and married her, and they had a son named Hippolytus. By middle age, Hippolyta wore a girdle because of all the food tasting. The gods of Mount Olympus goaded the drunken Hercules into stealing the girdle. When he did, Theseus deserted her. Theseus then married Ariadne. He dumped her for her sister Phaedra. Phaedra then left Theseus for Hippolytus, his own son. It was a soap opera. Maybe because of this, Wonder Woman's writers made her Zeus's daughter instead. Wonder Woman gained tremendous strength, but her strength has varied so much that I eliminated the highs and lows and settled at the current value of a human strength comparison of 1,000. SpiderMan technically is stronger than the pound-for-pound strongest of spiders, the jumping spiders. Jumping spiders can lift 170 times their body weight. Maybe additional strength comes from radioactivity. Spider-Man's human strength comparison is 250 humans. When I first read about the Thing in comic books in the 1960s and 70s, he was definitely made of rock. And there was nothing as exciting and as riveting as when the Thing was pitted against Torgo. Now, over 50 years later, the Thing is just a guy with rough skin. Anyway, the Thing's human strength comparison is 850. Wolverine is part of the Uncanny X-Men. When they came out in the 1960s, all of them wore yellow and blue jumpsuits and bunched up, and it was a headache trying to figure out who was who. Thankfully, they became much more individualistic, and then the franchise grew. And as Wolverine's popularity grows, so does his physical strength. Still, his lifting ability is only 2 tons. Wolverine's human strength comparison is 20. Prince Neymar, the Submariner, was originally Superman's equal in water. He even defeated the Hulk when they fought in the ocean. And Neymar is now considered a mutant, just like the X-Men. Rumor even has it that he's as strong as the comic book Thor. It's difficult to rate Neymar, and erring on the conservative side, he is at least as strong as Wonder Woman, giving him a human strength comparison of 1,000. The Hulk is the strongest earthborn being alive. The madder he gets, the stronger he gets. Still, the Hulk used a lot of effort to lift a 50-ton tank. Lately, he's getting tired and a little frustrated in his fights. Still, I agree that the superheroes need to evolve on all levels to stay interesting. If not, they could get stale, like Doc Savage. Hulk can lift at least 100 tons over his head. The Hulk's human strength comparison is at least 2,000. Superman and Goku are West and East versions of the same character. The stories are different, but they both seem to increase their strength just enough to beat the competition. They can affect objects of planetary sizes. There are other differences, and each hero has a huge fan base. However, whatever claims from each side, both are no match for angels, which are in both storylines. Goku and Superman have their limitations. Still, each have a human strength comparison of 20 billion. Well, this ends our discussion about superhero strength. We'll talk soon.